Hi, it's Auntie Judy.
Hi, it's Barry.
Hi, it's Jeff.
Hi, it's Ken.
Hi, it's Mama.
Hi, it's Connie.
Hi, it's Lori.
Hey, it's Curtis, and... Oh, I screwed up.
I think you gotta leave it like that. Just leave it like that.
That was good.
I forgot I had to say my name. It is Curtis, and hey, geeks, when we're not at our favorite restaurant, Ohana, at the Polynesian Resort, we get all of our friends together for pot stickers, noodles, chicken wings, grilled steak, and bread pudding, and we go geeking on Walt Disney World! Yeah! Woo!
Hey, happy anniversary.
Thanks, guys.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Hey, Disney World geeks. Welcome to episode 354 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. On this week's show, I bring on three of my super geeks who attended reopening day at Magic Kingdom for a few days, and they were there in Disney World during this time of the reopening. And it's sisters Beka Sauls and Rachel Wright returning, and Tammy Arnold-Free. She went with a couple of her friends, and I'm really excited to give you these experiences and tips that they bring us for this reopening time at Disney World. Now, if you're new to the podcast, let me tell you, we started this podcast over 6 years ago. I started with my daughter, Lindsay. We started talking about Disney World and all the trips that we had taken in the past and getting into some topics that we were interested in about Disney World because we talked about Disney World all the time between Mama and Auntie Judy. We started bringing them on to, and before long, everyone started calling me the Podfather from our listeners, and I really enjoyed the family atmosphere we were starting to build with our podcast. And over the years, boy, we've built some really amazing relationships with some of our listeners, and they continue to share their stories. I love featuring you on the show. You're like family to us. You're like the Geekin' family to us, and I love meeting you guys in the parks in person, but we connect every day on our private Facebook group, so come join the Geekin' family. If you're in Facebook, look for the Geekin' Family Community, and we'll get you in our private Facebook group. We get lots of positive feedback and interaction. You get a lot of your questions answered on that private Facebook group. So come join us in the Geekin' Family. We appreciate you listening. We are also independent Disney authorized travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. So if you're new to Disney World or you just like chatting with us, a lot of our listeners book their trips with us, and we really appreciate when you do that. But we'll also help you with your travel trips and plans, and we'll help you book your room and your fast passes and your dining reservations. We'll keep you up to date on what's going on with all the changes. So contact Mama and Auntie Judy at travelingtiaras@gmail.com. That's travelingtiaras without the G. Travelingtiaras@gmail.com. Jennifer Galambos and EJ Cruz, they're also Fairy Tale Concierge travel agents along with us. They can be found at their Little Dole Whips Facebook page. So thank you so much, geeks, for booking your trips with us. Let's talk about Rachel and Becca and Tammy's trips to Disney World with this reopening. So exciting to get this out to you. Kind of skipped over some other recordings that I already had, but they stay at the Polynesian and the Riviera, so some great resorts to hear about. Becca and Rachel do a little time at Universal also, so here's some of that. They do some pass holder previews before that general opening day, but they also do the opening day at Magic Kingdom. The geeks, I put this out there for them. It was a live Facebook recording that this came from, and I asked the geeks to give us some questions. Some questions were, how did they feel safety-wise going back into the parks? Is the magic still there? So thanks to Rob Madiri, Brenda Busher, Bridget Ardoin for some questions. And they also asked, how did your touring strategies change? What was something you couldn't wait to do? How did you survive wearing a mask? I think that came from Auntie Judy. What do you think Disney will keep in place after this COVID is all over? And then I had an article that came out from the unofficial guide in my email box, just I think the day of this recording. 7 tips for the new opening of Magic Kingdom. So we go over some of those and ask the ladies if they can comment on those 7 tips. They also were at Topolino. We talk a little bit about food. Splash Mountain souvenirs are going fast. The biggest line was getting in line for some souvenirs over at the gift shop for Splash Mountain. They talk about some of the fast security. They're just ripping through the parks and didn't need fast passes or rope dropping. So I think you're going to enjoy this positive trip report of the reopening of Magic Kingdom. You know, sometimes you just don't know what you got till it's gone. And everything is just a little bit sweeter when you return after it's been gone for a while. So join me now as we go back to Magic Kingdom and Disney World with some great super geeks, Beka, Rachel, and Tammy. All right. Well, I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going live on Facebook, and I wanted the community, the private Facebook group for geeks, to hear about what's going on down at Disney World. I had a funny story at work. Someone knows that I do a podcast on Disney World. I was in a meeting, and they said to me, "Hey, did you hear Magic Kingdom opened up?" I was like, "Yeah, I heard." I'm on top of it. I've got lots of geeks that keep me on top of things, but it's fun. You know, everyone's really concerned and wondering what's going on down in Florida and in Disney World now that they've opened up officially. I think it was Saturday was the official day, but people were getting in there because they had some previews, and we're going to find out from our guests that we have on tonight. I'm looking at them live. I got a Zoom call going, and we got Facebook Live going. We're going to try to take some questions from the geeks. They gave me a couple of questions we'll start off with. But let's first introduce them. First of all, let's bring on, now these guys were on already. The current episode that's out on the feed is 2 of the 3 that were on this past week. And the other lady that's here with us, she was on a few weeks ago too, but they've got some special stories to tell us now. So we're interested to hear. So let's bring on first Beka Sauls. Hey, Beka. You can say hi now.
I said it early. Hi, geeks.
That's funny. Wait for Kermit to say hooray. So Rachel is here. Hey, Rachel. This is Beka's sister, Rachel.
Hey, geeks.
Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Are you keeping Hal away from us for a little while so we can get a podcast finished?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thanks for coming on. So we got the sisters. They were back in Disney World, but we got one other lady that was there. So I thought I'd bring them on all together. So hello, Tammy. How you doing?
I'm great. Hey, geeks. I'm great.
All right. She's out on her deck on a summer night here. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot here in Connecticut, like Florida hot. So how was Florida last week, ladies?
Amazing.
I know. I think I'm hearing good things.
It was really hot, but it was one of my favorite trips because it was everything you kind of wanted from Disney, like that we dream about, like walking through the parks with no crowds, and it was real.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Now I think I know because we interviewed you not that long ago. You were on a round table, Tammy, and you said you're going to go Disney World no matter if your husband went, or I don't know who was originally scheduled, but did you go solo? You ended up going solo.
We had to actually cancel our family trip because our family trip, and I didn't go either because I said I was going to go with or without him. But it was scheduled for June 29th and the parks weren't open then. So we canceled that, which is fine. And then I ended up going with friends for this trip. And I arrived on Friday morning, really early Friday morning. I took a ridiculously early flight out of Chicago and got into Orlando by about 9-something. And met some friends. We all had planes that were landing at the exact same time. And so we met up, got our car, and we're on our way. And we were at the Polynesian by cool. 10-something.
Nice. How many nights at the Polynesian?
2 nights at the Poly. And then our last night, which was Sunday night, we were at the Riviera. And it was all of our first times. And it was everything that I was hoping it would be. I love the Riviera. So it worked out really well.
all ladies?
Yep.
How many ladies on this trip?
There was 3.
3 of them. Nice. I'm glad you had some friends to go with. Awesome.
Yeah.
I get a little bummed when I hear people are going solo, although our geeks don't seem to mind.
No.
Well, our sisters, they always got someone to go with. Becca and Rachel. Did you guys drive down?
We did. Yeah, we drove down.
Yeah.
Our trip was kind of an evolution. We originally went down for Becca's work event, and we did a few days at Universal, which shout out to EJ. She hooked us up with everything and was super helpful with that. And then you said from the beginning, if you got pass holder preview reservations, that we were going to stay. And I said, there's absolutely no way that's going to happen, and we're not going to stay in Florida for 2 weeks. But
We got the reservation.
Wow.
Florida. Why not? So we were there for 2 weeks in total.
Oh, when did you come home?
This past Friday? Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Okay. So you got pass holder preview tickets into Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Nice. Good job, guys.
I did that as well. I did the pass holder preview on Friday, and then Saturday was just a normal ticket day for me, and then Animal Kingdom on Sunday.
So did you guys get invites through the email
Yeah.
for that? Yeah.
I did not. Ours was the funniest thing. We were standing in line at Universal, actually, and one of my coworkers that we were there with was just on her Instagram. And she was like, hey, did you know they opened the pass holders? And I was like, what? Send me that link. So she texted me the link, and then I went through it that way. And I still never got an email about it. Only knew about it because of Instagram.
Wow.
All right. Cool. Well, we do have questions from the geeks. I want to get them right in here for you. So Rob Madiri wrote, how did you guys feel about moving around the parks safety wise? Becca, you want to keep going?
I felt great. I never felt like scared or worried at all. Especially at the pass holder event, there was hardly any people there, so you could just walk around. You didn't see very many other people in the pathways. I know our days at Universal, it was a lot more crowded, but it was a lot more open, and I mean, you could spread your arms out and like walk and not come close to anybody.
I felt like people were a little more disciplined with the masks too.
Yeah.
I felt like at Universal we saw people, kind of pulling theirs down a little bit or whatever. But I didn't feel like we saw that at Disney at all.
All right. Tammy, how about you? Did you feel comfortable safety wise in the Magic Kingdom?
Absolutely. Yeah. The line queues. I mean, most people who love Disney have been following along with everything, but with Fast Pass not being an option and the Fast Pass lines and the standby lines just kind of merging as two to make room for more social distancing in the queues was awesome. And, there's parts of the queue lines where people are going one way and then others are coming the other way. And so you're right across from someone, and they eliminated that by not having you stop where someone would be right across the bar at you. So one way that cast members explained it to us when we were approaching an attraction was make sure that you stay on your marker on the ground, like you're part of a giant board game and you're the pieces moving.
Okay.
And so we just kind of felt like, and everybody did it. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts. Like everybody just stayed on their little marker. And if you went too far and you were getting close to people, you kind of got like an eye, back off, go back to your area. Not like mean. I mean, it's Disney, no one's gonna be mean, but like not, it wasn't bad. It was great. Very, very safe. So.
Excellent. Yeah. So, another one from Rob. Let's see, Becca, how was the pixie dust, or is the magic still there?
So magical. Like the whole day just felt right. Like the first minute walking in and seeing the castle, and you're just like, I'm home. People were literally cheering around us at the top of their lungs. So excited. We still got to have some awesome character interactions, which felt just like super pixie dust to me. So it didn't feel different. Like you still got that Disney magic for sure.
The only thing I will say that did freak me out a little bit was we went on It's a Small World, which I'm normally a big fan of, but there was no one in front of us, and the boat in front of us, empty boat behind us. It was just us, and I was like, this is like a little eerie.
Yeah.
Around all of these dolls that are moving, but that was the only thing that was like at all off-putting to me. That would probably not be the case. So that's my only like caution, geeks. Like that was a little a little scary, I thought.
I've been on Small World when it's like that, actually. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So how was the cast members? Well, Tammy, I didn't get you to get that one. Any pixie dust? Was the magic still there?
The magic was definitely there when it wasn't. I felt differently on the pass holder preview day on Friday than I did when I came back Saturday for just like the general public opening, like the grand reopening. Yeah. And that was just a really, really fun morning for us. The park was supposed to open at 9 and we got there at about 8:40 or so. And we thought we would have to wait, but they were already letting people in. Nice. And it was just, we just walked right in and every single cast member was waving. Some had those big Mickey hands and they were just like, everyone was screaming, welcome back, welcome back, welcome home, welcome home. There were cast members that were wiping their tears. And like, then once we got like under the train station and we came right to where like the flagpole is, we heard music and we heard like everyone screaming, oh, turn around. And so we turned around and we looked up at the train station and here comes Mickey and here comes Minnie. And they all just came. And that was probably the most magical thing about the whole weekend was the pop-up surprises. They can't announce when the cast members or the characters are going to be making appearances because it'll draw a crowd. So I thought that was probably the most magical part of everything. It's just not knowing when you're going to see, Gaston coming down, Main Street on a horse. Like it just happens and there he is. So yeah, that's the pixie dust right there. It's just the surprises.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, Beka and Rachel, any other comments on the cast members? Were they excited to see you guys?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was similar. Everybody was waving and just excited, and there was just like a very like high level of energy. I think from everybody, which there always is at Disney, but I think it was just a little bit more than normal. So I think that was a lot of fun to see, and definitely you saw that from the guests as well. Just people were just happy and so thrilled to be there, I think. Yeah.
So Rob asked, was anybody nervous or were they comfortable? Either guests or cast members? Did you get any sense of that? Doesn't sound like it. It sounded like everybody was just like excited to be there.
Yeah, I think everybody seemed super comfortable. Like even the cast members had face masks and face shields on. I saw a lot more, I don't know what their official title is, but the cast members that are in like dress clothes, not their costumes, and they're like seem a little more important. Like they were everywhere, more normally notice them in the park. So nobody seemed like worried or nervous. Everybody just had a really good energy.
Mm-hmm. I think Stacy may have commented. I don't know where I saw it, but I think she was asking about like ride cleaning, and you were a little more observant than I was about this. A couple of times they came on the intercom and said, "Hey, the line is stopped right now because we're cleaning," and then they were like staggering people and cleaning. We saw them clean Jungle Cruise. We saw them clean
Mine Train, Splash Mountain.
Nice. Yeah, Tammy, you got anything on that one?
They had hand sanitizer everywhere, and they didn't necessarily force you to take a squirt of it at all. I never saw that, but it was there if you wanted it. I think it was encouraged. There were some times that I saw them cleaning the rides, and sometimes like when I got on Splash Mountain, I saw guests get off and then I just got right on after that, which kind of surprised me. But I got off the ride and I used hand sanitizer. I went to the restroom. I washed my hands. I probably washed my hands more this weekend than I ever have in my life. So
doesn't the ride wash it for you?
You would think, but
add a little sanitizer to the water. Nice. All right. Thanks, Rob. Rob's thanking us for answering his questions. Thanks for you guys being on Facebook Live there too. So Brenda Busher asks, how were your touring strategies different from what you normally do? Are they similar, or what would you guys change on your touring?
I went straight to Splash Mountain just because of the circumstances about the attraction. And I never really go to that first. That's not my first ride ever because we usually get there early in the morning and I don't want to be wet. I just went straight there, and that's pretty much the only thing I changed. When I went to Animal Kingdom, I went straight to Flight of Passage like normal. And really, nothing changed. You just have so much more freedom to just kind of float around and do what you want.
Have they announced the Splash Mountain refurbished date yet?
No.
So you weren't sure. Is that why you had some nostalgia going on?
I had to get there. Yeah.
Make sure you got that one done. Yeah. Did you guys, this is I'm going to go through a little article that Touring Plans just put out, like in my email this, just before we got on, but they were saying rope dropping wasn't necessary really. Mm-mm. Did you get that? You get that feeling? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We did go to Frontierland first, which we don't necessarily normally do. We had kind of watched the app on the cast member previews to see what was trending to be like higher wait times. And I was glad we did that first. The wait times were a little longer, but not, anything ridiculous later on. But I'm glad we went there first. But I don't feel like you have to get there so early to drop like normal.
Where'd you go on first?
Big Thunder.
No, remember. It was closed.
Oh, did we go on Splash first?
No, we went on Pirates.
Oh, gosh.
That's Adventureland, by the way.
Yeah, but we did go to Frontierland.
We tried.
And then everything was down or something.
The Country Bears was not running yet?
They were. And then Country Bears broke down while we were in it. The Bears was just spinning and spinning, and the cast member sprinted to the front and was like, "I'm so sorry, we have to come back."
I thought that somebody had done something bad. That is the urgency that this individual ran down to the front and told us we had to go. We were like, "What happened?"
Maybe the Bears got into a bad batch of moonshine the night before.
Yeah,
getting ready for the big opening. Nice.
But Kurt, you would love, because outside on their building, on the balcony outside their building, they were up there waving at everyone. So
really,
cool. Yeah.
All the Bears
were really cool.
They're crazy.
Just two, Big Al and someone else. I don't remember the other one.
And Big Al didn't fall through the porch.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
Wow, he's a little too big to be up on top of that old building. I would think. What was the first thing you guys couldn't wait to do? Was there something that you were like, we've been closed for this one. What's something that you were like, I just got to do this?
I did all the things that I wanted to do on my last podcast, The Roundtable. I wanted to be a pally. I wanted to be there. I wanted to just take in those sites. Oh, they don't give away the lays anymore, by the way.
At the Polynesian.
Yeah, they don't. So that was kind of a letdown. But
when you check in.
Yeah, I did everything I wanted to do at the Magic Kingdom. I rode Splash Mountain. I definitely wanted to do that.
Did you never stay at the Polynesian before? That's what it was?
No, that's my favorite.
You never stayed there before, right? Or no?
No, well, I always stay there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm confusing you with somebody else.
Yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to do.
Becca, Rachel, you guys have something that you were like, well, this was a surprise visit for you?
Yeah, and I think the first night, a week before we even had our pass holder preview reservation, we did a night at Riviera, and I was just so excited to be there, just to be back on property and walking, even just in the hotel. Everyone was just so nice.
And smelled the smell.
It smelled right, and just all the things. So then, when we finally got to Magic Kingdom, it was the same thing. I just want to be on Main Street. I just want to stand here and drink my coffee and look at the castle. And, of course, the rides. We had so much fun going on all of them. But I was just as happy just chilling on Main Street.
Isn't it so much sweeter now that you kind of missed it? Isn't it? Doesn't it have this
For sure. We have been at Disney Springs too, and it was so funny because we drove over to Disney Springs. We were still with her coworkers, the other dance teachers, and so we had all gotten in the car. We're listening to our Disney music. I have my ears on, and we went to Disney Springs, and we're just so happy, just happy to go there to World of Disney, and we found the grapefruit beer at one of the little carts, and so we were drinking that and pretending that we were at Epcot, and just I don't know, just the.
What time were you there at Disney Springs?
Dinner, yeah. We did several dinners there throughout the...
How were the crowds at that time?
Not bad. Definitely more crowded than the park, for sure. I thought Disney Springs was more crowded than Universal, but it was still manageable. Mm-hmm.
Are they keeping people at a certain number going in through there?
I don't think so.
No.
But maybe not. They were. I guess I didn't see anybody.
I didn't see any.
Friday night was very, very busy at Disney Springs. Kind of not like scary busy, but for someone who definitely is a little fearful of getting the virus or anything like that, they probably would have felt a little uncomfortable because it was crowded. My two friends wanted to go into World of Disney, and they said I didn't need to. I was actually going to call my husband and just kind of check in on home. And so I said, you guys go in there. I'll be over here at the table, on the phone. And they came right back out because they said it was so busy. It was like shoulder to shoulder in World of Disney. And I think my theory was that was Friday night, and there was a lot of people that were coming for Saturday, but they had nowhere else to go because nothing was open Friday night. So they all went to Disney Springs. So
I think we were there on weeknights. I think it was like maybe Monday and Tuesday or something. Yeah. It was early in the week. I
do remember someone like with an iPad at World of Disney. They were kind of watching those numbers, but it was a weeknight. It was really chill, and no other store they weren't checking.
All right. Well, Auntie Judy's got the question. I think a lot of people I'm hearing, which is, how did you survive wearing a mask all day in the heat? How hot was it?
The last day that I was there, it felt like 108 on my weather app. It was actually only like 97, but it felt like 108.
That's a good hot Florida day.
Yeah. It was hard. I'm not going to lie. It was hard, but you kind of got used to it. The first day was harder than the second and third for me because we just weren't used to it. But after the first day, it was just kind of
Where'd you get your mask, Tammy? You got a Mickey mask there.
Yeah, I brought 4 with me because I knew that they would be gross by the end of the day, sweat and makeup like in here and stuff and they were gross for sure. So I'm glad I brought 4 with me. All of the merch shops sell the masks too. So if you didn't have any cute ones or anything and you wanted those, you could pick up some cute ones. But yeah, it was a little warm. There were 3 areas inside the Magic Kingdom that you could take off your mask, and they're called relaxation areas or relaxation stations.
Yeah.
You can take off your mask and you can just kind of chill there. You're at tables, you're 6 feet away from people, but it was a place where you could do that. So, but yeah, I mean, it was hot. It was warm.
Where'd you get your mask?
Oh, I got a friend made them for me.
Makes them?
Yeah. So
very good. I got mine from AJ from the UK. This one I've been wearing the most. I got Star Wars.
The ones that I have are actually like really thick. And so that made it.
You sweat under there, right?
Oh yeah. I showed my friends mine and they're like, how are you surviving in this? But it's an extra, layer of protection. So
gotcha.
It meant a lot to me. So I have 3 little kids. I didn't want to bring anything home to them.
Yeah. And Becca and Rachel, how'd you guys do with the masks?
Yeah. By the time we had our Disney day, we had been in Florida a while, so we were used to the heat. But the very first day we wore them at
it was tough.
We were dying.
We went out that day. We were waiting on the rest of her coworkers to get there, and so we didn't go out till 1 or 2, right in the afternoon of the day. And I totally agree with you, Tammy. That first day was oh, buddy, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then it got better. And in a couple of things, we brought some cooling towels. We ended up not using them.
I didn't either. I brought one and didn't use it.
But I think that would help a lot. We also saw a lot of people, and I've seen them on Instagram as well. There's fans that go around.
Yeah.
And I think that would be super, we're Southerners already, so we're a little bit used to the heat. Our normal weather is not that in Florida, so I think we were a little acclimated on that front. But those fans seem really awesome. If you are prone to overheating or, just aren't used to it, I think those would be really good.
Definitely just things you normally would do at Disney in the summer, but drink so much water. Not enough, drink some more water. And then definitely taking time. Normally we're eat on the go people and snack, and we're not going to stop in the middle of the day for a table service or to sit down and eat. But we definitely did. And that was awesome, just to go in the restaurant, take your mask off. We even went back later to another restaurant just for a snack. So we could just take it off for a little bit, eat something, water. So definitely take breaks from it when you can.
I'm going to ask more about that here in a second. I'm going to bring in a question came in from our Facebook Live from Bridget. What changes do you guys think it seems like Disney will keep in place even after this is all over?
I have an idea. You girls can go first if you want.
Well,
I have one that's minor, but that I hope they keep in place was the parking, the way they changed parking, where you're not like right up on top of everybody else. I loved that. It's a great change, and I hope they keep that. And then they also had like options from the TTC. We could take a bus to Magic Kingdom, which was really cool. And they had dividers on the buses, which I also like. I don't love being up next to strangers all the time anyway, so I hope they keep all of those changes.
Smaller crowds, keep that change.
Yeah. I hope that they keep the mini parades. I know that there's big parade fans out there who just love that 3:00 parade, but it's not my favorite thing because it stresses me out. I can't keep track of my kids. They're getting pushed around, things like that. People stress about it. Will I get a good place and things like that? And those mini pop-up parades are everything. I mean, like they just come out of nowhere and they need to keep those. I love the surprise characters. I love the pop-up parades. Well, everyone just keeps moving.
The pop-up parade is like one float, isn't it?
It's like one float, and then there's some dancers too. And depending on which one it is, like there was a Tinkerbell one and it was just Tinkerbell. But then there was Winnie the Pooh and Friends came out on the Main Street trolley. So depending on like which one you're catching, it could be one or two at the most floats, but there could be some dancers too, but they're just so small. There's music. Everyone who's around stops what they're doing and watches, but it's not worth like setting up shop on the sidewalk and sitting there. You know, it's just, you keep moving and it's awesome. Yeah.
Well, I've always loved the entertainment, especially the surprise entertainment. Always enjoyed that. You know that. I love that too. That's cool.
The Animal Kingdom surprise entertainment is that the characters are coming down the waterways on boats. Okay. And that is awesome because I would be like crossing the little bridges, you know, from like Africa over to Discovery Island, and everyone would be like just cheering on the side of the bridge, looking over, and you would look down and see like Pocahontas and Miko just like going down the river. And it was just really cool. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that kids love too. I mean, if I'm excited and I'm an adult, you know, I know that kids are going to just freak out when they see that stuff. So
I like that. All right, I'm going to go. Yeah, go ahead.
That was one of my favorite parts of our day was we had the best character interaction with Mickey and Donald during one of those. It was like right there on Main Street, but there was nobody around us. We were the only people there, and the float's moving fairly slowly. And so we were just like, Mickey, we love you. We missed you. And we're just having this whole conversation, just like you would when you're doing a regular meet and greet with Mickey and Donald, like back and forth. So those little parades are awesome, especially.
Yeah.
There was the marching band. I think they have like.
Oh yeah.
But we saw them a couple times too, and that was just like so fun and like so festive. I don't know. I really enjoyed that, and
me too.
Thrilled to be there. They were so happy, and we're waving at them too, and that was a lot of fun.
That's the Main Street band you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. I've always stopped to see them. But you're right. I was just thinking, when have you ever seen Mickey Mouse just pop up and do a meet and greet out in the parks? I can't think of.
I've never talked to Mickey on Main Street. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, he owns Main Street. He ought to be out there more. This is good. Maybe, I like that idea. Well, I'm going to go into these 7 tips for visiting the reopened Magic Kingdom that came out from the unofficial guide today, just for you guys to comment on them. So we didn't talk about this, but you have to plan your park pass reservations in advance. So you can't just show up to a park and get in, right? So how did that all work logistically?
It worked fine. I don't know. You guys didn't do that, did you? Because you were okay. So it worked really well. Since I have an annual pass, as soon as the park pass reservation system went live, I just got on my Disney Experience and just found that section of that. You can't do it on your phone app. You have to do it on an actual computer. So I got on there and just selected my day, picked my park. There was only 2 parks to choose from. So I picked my parks and it was easy. So yeah, very easy.
We have a September trip on the books that we are, I think, depending on how everything goes, but based on this trip, we were like, okay, we feel pretty good about it. And it was the same thing. It's very similar to booking fast passes or anything else. It's it's a pretty easy process. That's just a quick click through.
Yep.
So the other number 2 tip is forget the park hopping and the Fast Pass Plus. So there was no Fast Passes.
Mm-mm.
You just had to wing it. How were the lines?
Short, and all of the standby times were actually a little bit longer than they really were. I think that Mine Train said 35 minutes, and we got in and out of there in like maybe 15. So it's moving.
You think it was like that all day?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
The Fast Pass line is still operational, but it's for rider swap and DAS. You still see it there, but it's just not for Fast Pass. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that I think would like that, not having to deal with Fast Pass.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm that person that like has the fast passes in the spreadsheet and like I'm all about it. But it was nice just to be like, I don't know, what do you want to do now? What should we do? And it was just fun to kind of go wherever you wanted and not have to wait that long. And also like a lot of the queues, I feel like you skip them because you're in the fast. But it was fun to kind of be forced through some of the queues.
Oh yes, right. That's true. They have some great queues now, like Peter Pan and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. If you only do Fast Pass, you don't get a chance to see all that. And they're interactive.
The interactive stuff you can't use though.
Oh, you mean, what about in Pooh when you put your hand all over the honey?
No, we rode Pooh, and I wanted to see like what that was all about. But
how did they stop you?
It was completely like closed off. You couldn't. Yeah. Oh
my gosh. Yeah. My wife always gets grossed out when I play with that thing anyway.
Yeah, me too.
She's such a germaphobe way before this.
Yeah, it's a lot. I commented to maybe EJ or someone, I can't remember. We were in Mine Train and there was a younger kid in front of us, and his poor mom, you know, when they're, I think he was probably maybe 3 or 4. He was really little, and he was having trouble staying on those distance markers and not, you know, just kind of like bobbling around how kids do. And
right.
You know, it wasn't bothering us, but I could tell that it was bothering her a little bit, and she was kind of threatening, like, don't stand still, we're gonna go home. So, you know, I mean, you have to, I guess, know your kids and know if the younger friends can handle that or not. Yeah.
So number 3, bring the right mask and make it a double. I'm not sure what they mean by make it a double. Maybe bring more than one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I've been trying out different masks. People have sent me some masks. I just got some in my work sent this little package. Although I'm not ready to go back. There's no big timeline for me to go back for the IT people, but they I don't know. Yeah, definitely. It was a little mask. I don't know that I'd even wear it. Yeah, I guess you gotta get comfortable with your mask. Try out lots of them before you go, right?
Yep.
Number 4, the early bird doesn't necessarily get the worm. I think what they're saying there is you really don't have to rope drop.
Nope.
Because like Beka, I heard you say when you guys got there, 20 minutes before park opening, you just kind of walked right in, right?
Oh yeah, we didn't wait at all. And I think they're probably doing that to distance people because normally you are standing in a huge crowd of people to go into the park, but they definitely held us in the parking lot a lot longer than they normally do. Yeah. And so by the time we were out of our cars, we went straight to the park.
Nice. And number 5, you talked about this. So let's talk. We love talking about food. So let's use this opportunity to talk about what you guys were able to sit down and eat. But number 5, plan on a sit down meal or two. Like you guys already said that. Funny that you're repeating what is in this article. So what did you do, Beka, for sit down restaurants?
We tried I will say at the pass holder preview, the restaurants were kind of limited. Yeah. Like I don't know if it more opened up when the park actually opened, but you could not get all your normal park food. So we did Pinocchio Village House, flatbread, pizza for lunch. And then later in the day, we went to Beka Sauls and just had some nachos.
All right.
Me too.
I love those.
No condiments bar though.
So sad.
Yeah.
What? That's now there's
they give you like on your tray, because I got nachos too, and on your tray they put your nachos and then they put like little mini little cardboard little bowls with my lettuce one had like 4 pieces of lettuce.
No,
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need more of that. And so they gave me more, and then they didn't give you chopped up tomatoes. They gave you like big burger tomatoes, like slices. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? And so the condiments bar was being missed big time. So
what's the reason? What's the reason for that?
Too much contact, probably people touching everything and just like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's disappointing. Was Columbia Harbor House open?
No.
Whoa. You're skipping all the bad parts.
Yeah. And my friend was really disappointed too that she wanted her upside down cake Dole Whip and they didn't have those. Oh. So yeah. There's certain things that they are not serving because, and we asked our server because we had a sit down meal at Topolino's and we asked about how they used to do characters in the foam of their cappuccino. And we said, if we get cappuccino, do we still get the characters in the foam on there? And he's like, no, we're not doing that anymore. And we're like, what is going on? And he said that they are doing everything possible to limit the exposure of food to cast members. So like anything that takes like an extra step, they are not doing. And so the upside down cake, that's like an extra step. And so they weren't doing it. Yeah. So, I mean, it's really weird because there are so many things that we were missing and wanting, and we couldn't get it. Like at the Polynesian, I wanted pulled pork nachos and those were not there anymore. Like,
wow.
Why?
Yeah. That's hard to take. You're missing some of my favorites. Was Crystal Palace open? Probably
no.
Not. Yeah. Okay. How was Topolino? Was that your first time there?
Yeah, it was my first time there. And we had the character breakfast and it was awesome. It was very, very laid back and perfect for parents, that have kids that want to see Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy, but like a less low stress atmosphere because the characters did come around. They didn't stop at tables, but if you had a child who was obviously wanting to see Mickey and interact with Mickey figured that out. And so Mickey would stand, 6 feet away and wave and blow kisses and do the heart and do everything. But it was just from a distance. And then what the characters would do is they would kind of make their way around and go behind the child for a photo.
Okay.
They knew what was up. They knew how to do it perfectly. But I just loved that it was like stress free. The food was awesome. So yeah, it was a great experience.
That's on top of Riviera, right?
Yeah.
Topolino, yeah. So David Castro joined. He's the pulled pork nacho guy. And
I know. Sorry, David.
Thanks. So now he knows. It's the shocking news.
But I did have it was like the Aloha pulled pork sandwich. And I think it's new because it looked different than I've ever seen there before. And it was amazing. Like so good.
I think I've had a pulled pork sandwich there before.
It was different though.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll send you a picture of it because I took a picture of it.
Yeah, definitely. I love the Polynesian. What'd you think of the Polynesian?
So, Kurt, disappointing news. Okay. In Captain Cook's, well, this is the same at all of the resort quick service locations. You can't fill your own cup anymore at all. That's like not allowed whatsoever. They have tables up like a barricade where the drink station is and the cast member is standing behind like blocking. And so you have to go up and just explain what you want. They're still selling the refillable drink mugs because that's the only way you can get it now since there's no dining plans. But they are not taking your mug and putting it under like the coffee or under the pop, soda, whatever you call it. You tell them what you want and they pour it in a disposable cup and hand it to you. So then it's up to you what you want to do with it. If you want to pour that into your mug, you can, but you are not allowed to touch the machines at all. So yeah.
Boy, I hope that goes away.
I do hope that goes away because that was very, very frustrating. And like, at the Polynesian, it was so laid back. Like you didn't have to show them your mug or anything. I'm just like, I'll have 2 coffees. Okay, 2 coffees. And they just hand me 2 coffees. But like at the Riviera, they were very strict. I couldn't even get into the quick service there for a refill without showing my mug. So yeah, it was kind of different from inconsistencies. But
did you notice anything else at the resort at this time that's different?
In the elevators, there's signs up that like limit how many people you can be in the elevator. So sometimes it's kind of awkward when you're standing there and it like pops open and there's people and you just have to wait for it to close and then another one. So it does take a little longer when you're trying to get places. Remember that.
And you guys stayed, where'd you guys stay on property?
Riviera.
We did 2 nights. So it was like the bookend. We stayed our very first night in Orlando and our very last night, both at Riviera.
Oh.
we were both times in the deluxe studio. I did not pay for that the second time. I definitely got the cheaper option, and I don't know if they were, just trying to keep the floors separate or whatever. So we were upgraded our last night, which was kind of cool. But that was our first time staying there, and we absolutely loved it. 10 out of 10. Would go back. I'm like, okay, when we can add more DVC, like I would add it there. I loved it. It was so nice. And
Did you guys eat at quick service? I ate at Bar Riva, and it was so good.
We had some drinks from there. And then 2 meals from Primo Piatto.
Yeah.
We're good.
A dinner,
Really good.
breakfast.
Yeah.
So Riviera is the new DVC. So guys, tell me more about what you liked about that. I don't think we've talked much about that. It's only recently opened. What do you like the location?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when the Skyliner is running and videos and Epcot are open, it's a top-notch location. Beat that. And then also it's a super quick bus ride over to Disney Springs, like the fastest I think you can get. And just being on the lake, on the water, like our first night, just grabbing a drink and sitting out there is really relaxing. I think I kind of was not the biggest fan of Riviera when it first opened.
You were not. And you were like, why would anybody want to go here? It's not that theme, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No, it's so beautiful. Like on the inside. In there, the room is themed. It's like a little more subtle, but it still felt very Disney and just nice.
How was what floor were you on? How was the view?
We were on six both times,
and we had an Epcot view. So like if it was open, we could have seen like fireworks during normal times. But it was so cool to see Spaceship Earth, and like even though we didn't Epcot, we got to see it, so that was nice.
That is cool. I was on floor 7 when I was there, and I had a view of the Skyliner station, Caribbean Beach, and the pools. So it was really nice. The pools are like fantastic there, so beautiful. They have a little coffee shop inside, right off the lobby, and I went in there to get myself a cupcake one night. The song "You Have a Friend in Me" came on, and I don't know, there's something about that song that always gets me. But then when it started playing, it was in French. And I'm like, oh, it's the details. Like, yeah, it was really cute. So there's details there. It's beautiful.
Can confirm the water slide was great. I did it.
Me too.
What's the pool theme?
There isn't really like a theme.
Okay.
It's hard to get, but the slide was good. So
yeah.
Has it got good kiddie stuff there too?
Yes. Yeah. Very good.
Water park kind of stuff? Splash zones?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. When I was there about ready to check out, they were setting up this giant like inflatable pool table. It was huge where you actually get inside of it. But it was kickball with the pool balls. It was really cute for kids. I'm like, oh, if my kids were here, they would never leave this thing. I have to tell you a funny story about the Grand Floridian though, because on one of my mornings at the Polynesian, I got up and ran over to the Grand Floridian. That's where some of the NBA players are staying. And they have a big blue fence up that goes right through property that separates where the NBA players are from like the normal guests. I got a little too close to the blue fence. This was 5:30 in the morning. Okay. Yeah. It was dark. I got a little too close to the blue fence and I wanted to show people. So I recorded the blue fence. Yeah. Security came after me like that. Like they were on me. They were screaming at me to delete my, they thought I took a picture. They're like, you delete that right now. I'm like, okay. It was so scary. So, wow. Like, security was everywhere at the Grand Floridian, literally everywhere. And there was not a player, like there was nobody. It was 5:30 in the morning. It was like blackout. And I just took a video of the fence, just the fence. And they freaked out over it.
What's the point? I mean, they're so important that they can't be videotaped?
Apparently not. They have to be very protected, but I've never seen so much security in one place in my life. It was really intense. So yeah.
Like driving out for us, we passed kind of the backside of Coronado, and I thought there was a horrible wreck or something ahead for all the flashing lights we saw. And then there, and they were all just lined up blocking the entrance.
Security. Yeah. Well, the NBA is at the Coronado too, right?
Yeah, and Animal Kingdom Lodge too.
Right.
But I wanted to tell the security lady that was like all up on me, like, look, even if I saw one of these players, I'm not going to know who it is. I wouldn't even know it was a player probably. I'm just here for the Disney. So,
I don't know what that's about, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they play for the fans. Why can't they?
It was so
don't get me
funny,
going
though.
on that.
I was freaking out. I'm like, I'm sorry. Delete. So,
They're entertainers for the fans. They ought to be seen.
right.
But anyways, I'll go back to my little list here. If you guys on Facebook have a question for these guys related to their trip that they just took into the Disney World as it's opened, go ahead and put it on Facebook. I'm watching the feed there too. So I'm going through the 7 tips. I'm not at number 6. Keep an eye out, and Tammy talked about this. Keep an eye out for the character cavalcades. I don't know. He's often hear cavalcade. So for Beka and Rachel, did you have a favorite cavalcade?
For me, it was Mickey for sure. We only saw a few of them. We saw the one with the Fab Five, right?
We saw Tinkerbell maybe twice actually.
Yeah.
We didn't see Merida on her horse, which I was a little disappointed.
Merida was on her horse, like the real horse, running around?
Yeah, and
That's cool.
I would have liked to see it. Yeah, it would have been cool. And I guess you mentioned Gaston. Did you see Gaston on his?
Yep. Gaston on his horse.
That's cool. I like it.
Bear
That's very
and
creative.
Tigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were walking around, so it was neat.
I like to see the Pooh gang walking around. Deirdre says, hi, Kurt. Hi, Tammy. Just got here. And hi, Rachel. That's Rachel and Beka, too. Number 7, remember to relax. I'm not sure what the context of that, but did you guys have any downtime and time to relax while you were there during this?
I didn't have to remember to relax. I was so relaxed the whole time. It was truly the most relaxing trip I've ever taken. It was just, I wasn't in a hurry. I wasn't trying to get anywhere. I just went to where I needed to go.
So did
when
we
I
finally,
felt like
did this tragedy that we're going through finally break you, Tammy, from this full stink plan everything? Have you been broken?
I have to see how I'm going to be when I go with my family, because I might go right back into that mode. But when I was there with my friends, it was so laid back, It was awesome. Like, I can't wait to do it again.
Maybe next time you'll take some more relaxing time.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Same for us. I mean, like we kind of already said, we weren't expecting to be there, so it was a bonus trip. You know, like same. Normally, we're pretty fast paced, and we have our fast passes and all that. And we like literally walking into the park or like driving in. We're like, so what are we gonna like? How are we gonna do this today?
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
What's important?
No plan, Beka. You just no plan.
So,
That one.
Is that weird?
yeah.
Well, you guys did Universal also. What was your experience at Universal?
It was a lot of fun. Very, very different than our Disney experience in a lot of ways. At Disney, it was just the 2 of us. At Universal, there were 5 of us. The protocols are slightly different at Universal. They definitely force the hand sanitizer before every ride. At the very last second, it's kind of stressful because you're like trying to rub it all in and then get on the ride, and it's just a lot there. But we had fun.
I have to admit here that I am obsessed with Volcano Bay. It was awesome. I loved it. We have been to Typhoon Lagoon. I would go to Volcano Bay above Typhoon Lagoon.
Absolutely.
It's probably the only thing at Universal that I like the Harry Potter stuff a lot, but it is my ringing endorsement. Absolutely loved it. It was so fun. If anybody's like children wants to do the slides where the floor drops out from under them, I will gladly go with them and be their chaperone. I had so much fun. I loved it.
Yeah. It's top notch.
I love that. I'm hearing that. So Jody Sauls, you know who Jody Sauls is?
Yeah, maybe.
She says, Beka does not function well without a plan.
It's true. I'm a planner.
And we did plan a little more for Universal.
We definitely had a plan for Universal, yeah.
Strategy. We weren't doing park hopping, so we were trying to maximize, but I don't know if it was just like us being the good geeks that we are that know how to tour a theme park, or if it was the low crowds, but we were done every day by noon.
Yeah.
We had done everything we wanted to do, and we're kind of like,
all right, what now? We might as well, we paid for it, let's stay. Yeah, you definitely can approach Universal very differently than you approach Disney.
And I think we agreed. We were like, all right, I mean, I will go back to Volcano Bay any day, but the rest of it, we were like, we don't need to do this again.
We're good for a while. I have to say that the resort we stayed at Universal, Endless Summer Surfside, was a really awesome resort. I would give it 2 thumbs up for sure.
It was their value option.
Yeah.
It was super nice. It was super clean. I agree. It was great.
Where is it located?
So it's not right there, like by City Walk. It's kind of down the street a little bit, which I was kind of reading up on Universal, and people were complaining about that. Oh gosh, you have to take a bus there. But if you're used to Disney and you're used to Disney buses, the bus ride is maybe 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. So it's not bad at all. And there's buses all the time. They were really quick.
You can walk it then. 5-minute bus ride.
Yeah, no, it
is walkable. Some people, I had read some things where people were walking it just with the heat.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
We didn't do it, but I mean, I think in a cooler time of year, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hal Wright says Beka has the navigational sense of an ice road trucker when it comes to Disney navigation. Do you know this guy, Hal Wright?
No, we're not going to claim him.
You're not related? No relation? Excellent.
I don't know.
Well, I got a question for you guys, and you guys on Facebook, if you have any more questions, we're going to probably start wrapping it up unless you guys give me some more questions. But what is your advice for someone thinking about going to Disney World at this time?
It would be different for whoever it is. If it was a family wanting to go, I would say that they need to know their kids, and they need to know like their kids' tolerance of hard situations, because wearing the mask can be hard for a child. If it's a group of adults, go. You need to go. If you're a group of adults, like
it's geek. Sounds like it's geek time.
Yeah, it is. It's hardcore geek time. So if you're just adults going, go. Don't even hesitate. Just go. But yeah, if you're a family, you just make sure you really think about it and talk to someone who's been there, because it could be a little stressful with small children.
Yeah, good advice. How about you guys, Beka and Rachel?
Definitely agree with that. Like, we had a September trip, and we were kind of going to gauge it based on, did we feel like things were safe? Did we feel like precautions were being upheld? And we felt really good about it. And, September is still a little ways away, and we may change our minds depending on whatever happens between now and then. But based on what we saw, I think we felt really comfortable. We also have the advantage of driving, so we're not having to fly, which an added stressor for people. Yeah, I think just go and appreciate it. And I think we both shopped a little more than we meant to, because we were like, oh, we're closest again, and we don't know when we'll be back. So I think we really, as pass holders and as geeks and as people who are not so far away, we kind of take for granted that Disney is always there. And so it was a little bit of a different experience, having that not have been possible, and knowing that might happen again.
What'd you buy?
Clothes, cups.
So much stuff.
Sure.
A lot of things that I see from time to time that I'm like, oh, I like that. I'll get it next trip. And there were 3 canceled next trips. So I was like, you know what? I wanted this. I'm buying it. But we have shirts and hats and coffee mugs and a lot of things.
More stuff. What'd you get, Tammy?
This shirt is everywhere there. And
cool.
They have men's, women's, and kids. On the 3rd day, we couldn't find it anywhere. So like day 1, it was everywhere. Day 3, no one had it anymore.
Together again, it says.
Yeah. And you just saw like tons of people wearing them through the parks. It was really cool. So I want to mention too, Kurt, because I think that the geeks will want to know this. So with PhotoPass, if you are on the rides and you are not wearing your mask correctly on the rides, they will not release your ride photos to you. It is taking forever for ride photos to make it to my Disney Experience accounts because they are carefully looking at every single ride photo and making sure that every single person on there has their mask worn exactly the way it needs to be worn. If your nose is like not covered, they're not going to release it to you. I was noticing that like my ride photos were not coming through. And so I called PhotoPass while I was there and I talked to them and they're like, well, the guy that I talked to was so nice. He's like, let me go back and look. And I gave him the times that I was there and everything. And he went back and he's like, the reason it's taking so long is because we're checking each one. He goes, I'll just check yours right now. And he did. He's like, okay, they all look fine. So I'm going to release them to you now. But that's why they're taking forever. So just make sure on rides with the photos, you have your masks on. I mean, with all the rides, you should. The rides with photos, especially if you want those photos. So. All
right. Good. Yes, definitely. If you have trouble with your photos, definitely call them because we've had good luck getting them. So Jody asked you guys to talk about the Briar Patch store, Becca and Rachel. You have a story about the Briar Patch store?
Well, so when we first went into the park and we were going to go to Big Thunder Mountain, there was a huge line and we were like, what is that line for? And it was for the store at Splash Mountain and people were just...
Oh, I know why. Because the switch out that they're going to do.
Yep.
So if you had hoped to get some souvenirs from there, probably not.
It's all gone. Because that was the first day. You guys were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard
the
that.
Same guy twice. I saw him on Friday and I saw him Saturday coming out with bagfuls and bagfuls. He was actually pushing a double stroller with no kid in it because he was putting all his merchandise in the stroller.
Because they're going to sell it on eBay.
Yeah, they're going to sell it. And he was telling the cast members, because they're like, wow, you got a lot of stuff. And he's like, yeah, Christmas presents.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Come on. Like, people want this, And I was able to get in there, but it was a virtual queue to get in there. So when I got the text, we went in. I got a Christmas ornament and I got my 5-year-old a shirt. But
I remember buying my son a hat there, and I think I've got it in a barrel somewhere. I think we'll pull it out and sell it.
Probably. Yeah, that was wild. That's what somebody had said, and this wasn't verified. I just overheard somebody saying it, but they were like, yeah, the longest line here is to get into the shop, and it's 4 hours long.
Oh my gosh.
That was the ride. I mean, the rides were the same as what you were saying, Tammy, like maybe 30 minutes, and that was it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Rob Madeira is reporting that the Geeks won. Mouse quiz is going on tonight too, and we won. We won the mouse quiz tonight for the Geek team. So that's probably why a few people are over there playing mouse quiz tonight. I think they must be wrapping. They must have wrapped up then already. So, excellent, guys. Well, anything else that you want to let everyone know before we break?
Thing I remember that's different is security is a little different now.
Yeah.
Sure. Tell me about security. Besides the NBA players getting special treatment, not letting Tammy come through.
At park security, you don't have to open your bag anymore. They're not digging through it. They just kind of give out a list of things that if they're in your bag, you need to take them out. And then you carry all your stuff through the metal detector with you. And if you're good to go, you go. I mean, it was super quick.
So fast.
Oh, good.
And then no one's fiddling around with their fingerprint anymore. So it is just like scan, boom, in. I mean, yeah. My dad, when we went with him, he could never remember which finger he used. So he was the one that held up the line for 15 minutes. And I'm like freaking out, Dad, so none of that anymore.
He's the one.
No scanning.
He's the one I've been
that's
behind.
My dad. Yeah. So you just you really do. You just scan your Magic Band and boom, walk right in after you go through that thing.
I remember when we went into Hollywood Studios for Rise of the Resistance, I remember that, how they had so many people stacked up out front. I couldn't believe how quickly they were moving people into the park without doing the finger scan. Yeah. Amazing. The workflow, how that worked out. Well, guys, thanks for getting us all caught up on what's going on instead of, hearing it, I don't know, I like hearing it directly from the Geeks. So glad to see you guys. I'm so glad to get in reports of people in the parks and you guys sent pictures. And so I'm so glad and proud of you for going in fearless.
I'm on quarantine now, though.
They're on quarantine.
Well, she's here.
That's why I'm here.
She can't be at home with our parents right now.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
She's quarantined.
Flying into Chicago, there's a mandatory quarantine for 14 days. So and I took a COVID test yesterday morning. I'm waiting for the results.
Okay. Good job, guys. Well, I'm so glad to hear, I'm glad to hear the excitement is there. When you forget what it's like, you take it for granted, I suppose, a little bit. And I'm hearing the excitement of people just like, oh, it's so good to be back. Right.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on again. I probably won't be talking to you for another 2 years. All right. Because you've gotten, no, just teasing. I hope to see you guys in the parks again. Tammy, I never met you in person. I don't think
No, it's bound to happen.
It's bound. I got a good feeling karma will bring us together. I run into Beka and Rachel all the time when I'm down there.
We're there a lot. So,
well, I was thinking before we got on, before this COVID thing, we always, from our Geekin' family, had someone in the parks every week. So I'm almost feeling like we're going to be back there. We're starting to see pictures in our Facebook group, and, it'd be good to see people every week in the parks again. I can't wait. Awesome.
I'll send you some pictures. Actually, I could just post them right into the group.
Absolutely. And I loved the one you sent me in the messenger, Tammy, of the colossal Mickey head from, I think it was probably Animal Kingdom, right?
You know what made that taste even better is that I didn't have to wear my mask.
It's doubly enjoyable.
It was at Animal Kingdom. Yeah.
Extra doubly good with a coffee, right? I know that's your routine.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to sign off for the podcast. If you want to hang in for a few minutes, I don't know if we got a few people there on Facebook. We'll talk to you again real soon, right?
All right. Thanks. Bye.
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 Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Oh, so great to hear from Rachel and Beka and Tammy. They just had a great time down in Disney World. They are true geeks. And I'm so glad it worked out for them. We're a little bit anxious going down, but I think they showed that it can be done. Great job. And true geeks can run the parks. Not worry. That was great. I love hearing from them guys. And we got another, Sarah Tomlinson's going to come on next week, talk about her trip with her kids down to Universal. So I don't know why I skipped that, Sarah. Sorry for that. I should have put that one on this week. I don't know. I guess I thought people would really want to hear about Magic Kingdom and Disney World for sure, but we're great to hear Sarah next week on her trip to Universal. This week, Travis Dietrich, he is posting videos and all kinds of things down at Disney World. He's down there, and I can't wait to get... Travis has never been on the podcast, I don't think, for a trip report. So I'm really excited. I hope I can get a hold of him for next week and record with Travis. He's always posting in our Facebook group, and he's a great super geek. So I got to get him on the podcast. I can't wait to talk to Travis. Hey guys, what'd you think of that intro from the dinner party we did with our super geek friends at Connie and Lori's house? There was Barry and Jeff McCartney and Mama and Auntie Judy, Ken and me. That laugh, I should take that laugh and put it on my soundboard. That is just a great laughter track. I love reaching back and listening to these intros from a year or more ago. And that was an amazing Ohana dinner theme we did. So much fun. Well, I love hearing those intros from you guys. So definitely create one for us. It's fun. Send it, do it on your phone. Email it to me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. And I can suggest that you can just tell us your name, where you're from. You don't have to do an Ohana dinner theater theme, but the people do get together. I got a little announcement to talk about here in 1 second. Then we're going to get together and probably do another intro and hope there's lots of laughs, and I'm sure there will be. But tell us about yourself, fun Disney World fact about yourself, a couple of those, and then you go geeking on Walt Disney World with Curtis and the whole Geekin family. Kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. Yeah, coming up, a geek meet in New York State. We were going to do this in the spring for obvious reasons. We didn't do it. Wendy Fox is organizing this, great super geek. She's a great organizer. She's putting this together for August. It's time for that Albany, New York meet. It's up in upstate New York. She calls it the Albany, New York Geek Meet 2.0. This is what she wrote in our Facebook group. It's a safe, socially distanced meetup outside at the large pavilion at Tawasentha Park. Tawasentha, easy for me to say, on Sunday, August 23rd. Get a hold of Wendy or myself. We'll get you all the details. But it's going to be a cookout picnic-style meal, Disney Family Feud we're going to play, Disney Trivia, and mostly Geeky Attire Award. The Most Geeky Attire Award. Hopefully, We will see myself, Margita, Mama, Auntie Judy, Samantha Kuhn, Jessica Lynn, and Connie Caldera. I hope Lori are going to come up also. So if you're planning on coming, please let us know so we know you're coming. The pavilion is steps away from a huge playground, and kids are invited to join in on the fun. So let me know if you have questions or suggestions for our big day. Contact me or Wendy. Mark your calendar. It's August 23rd. That's a Sunday. We're going to be upstate New York on a road trip. Mom and Judy, Ken and I, we went out to do some lobster rolls last Friday, this past weekend. I took a 3-day weekend, went down to Abbott's on the shore, Noank, Connecticut. I think I'm going to do it again this Friday. We're going to try Ford's, which we haven't been able to get in before, but I went by there and the line was short, so I'm going to try that out. Yeah, we rope dropped at 11 a.m. and we had no problem. Had a good time. They have picnic tables that are out by the water, and it was perfect and had a great big buttery New England lobster roll. We enjoyed that. And it has some ice cream over in Niantic. Had a great day driving around the beautiful homes down there on the Connecticut shore. But hey, the next Geekin' Family Reunion, Disney World, February 2021. Thursday, February 18th, Magic Kingdom. Friday, February 19th, Hollywood Studios. Saturday, we'll be in Magic Kingdom on February 20th. And then Sunday, the big picture. I want to get all the geeks together and get a big picture and hang around World Showcase February 21st in Epcot. So we're actively planning that right now. Come join the next grand Geekin' Gathering. Book your trip. Contact our travel agents. We'd love to see you. I can't wait to get down there now that I'm hearing things are coming open. You can support us. I'm excited that you can support us through the patreon.com account. I'll let Glenn explain to you exactly what patreon.com, but thank you for everyone who supports us there. Patreon.com/geekin on WDW. You can make a monthly pledge to our show, but here is Glenn.
Over the years, I've let go of my magazine and newspaper subscriptions, those daily and weekly sources of news and information about my interests. In their place, I'm so happy to have found podcasts. They educate, provide joy, and have an uncanny way of connecting us to a community. All this incredible content coming to us for free. But running a podcast does cost money, and it takes a lot of time, way more than just the hours that we get to enjoy each week. So I like to take my old magazine and newspaper subscription money and pay it forward to those podcasts that now bring me joy. I don't have to, I want to say thanks, and that I hope they'll keep doing this. Please consider chipping in just $5 yourself every month to patreon.com too to help cover costs and show support and keep bringing new content our way. If we all gave even just a little, all the content creators we love would stick around, knowing that their efforts were appreciated. Thank you, Kurt, for all you do to bring joy and information our way. Keep it up.
Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that, Glenn. And I like to give you guys some live recordings from my January trip. I'm recordings 45 through 48. I just released last week. Inner Circle 35. I call it the Inner Circle, the Geekin' Family Inner Circle. And you're going to get a long coffee walk. I think it's over 30 minutes. I also have the Mine Train audio, Haunted Mansion, and Winnie the Pooh. So go out there to patreon.com and support us. You'll also have access. You'll get an email every time I do a live recording. It'll get into your email box, and then you'll be able to click and listen to those live recordings, and you can go back and listen to the ones I've put out there. I've put several out there. There's many recordings out there of live recordings from the parks. So if you want to hear back on those parks, people enjoy, especially the big super geeks, they enjoy those live recordings. You can get them through patreon.com. So thanks for supporting us there. I just purchased some AirPod Pros. I was lucky that my daughter Lindsay bought a MacBook Pro, and she wanted to share those AirPod Pros with me. So $90, I got $250 AirPod Pros. I am absolutely loving. You know, I'm geeky with technology, guys. One really thing that's so awesome about these is that I'm able to do my editing now through Bluetooth headphones, which I never was able to do with Bluetooth headphones I tried before. I'd get like a clicking noise. Now I don't have to have an extra pair of headphones, one connected to my computer, one connected to my Rodecaster Pro. It's much cleaner, and it's fun to be wireless, and I'm editing wireless now, so I'm so excited. One other purchase I'm going to make is a piece of software I just discovered. I've been using something that helps with the noise levels and audio voice levels, because sometimes when you record online, you get your guest is a little different than yours, and I try to balance that out with, I found a better piece of software, so I am testing it out, but I'm going to purchase that, I think, when payday comes from patreon.com. So thank you so much, guys, for supporting us there. And also the travel agents, Mama, Judy, And Jennifer and EJ, thanks for supporting our travel agents. I'm hoping that we're starting to see some book-ups and bookings for next year. We're excited that we are going to, this year obviously is going to be tanked. But if you're going, we really appreciate you going this year. And then next year, I hope that we really pick things up. But thanks for booking with our travel agents. We really appreciate they are authorized with Fairy Tale Concierge. We're Platinum Travel Agency. Again, travelandtiaras@gmail.com and EJ and Jennifer at their little Dole Whips page. Thank you so much, guys, for continuing to support our travel agency. We really appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We thank you for going geeking with us every single week. We really appreciate you listening and geeking with us every single day out in our private Facebook group. Come join us. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, and I hope all your dreams come true.
Put the recording on. Hi, Jessica. So we're going to record. We're going to ignore you guys maybe a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to manage interviewing these guys and watching the Facebook group all at the same time, but I'm going to try. And I've got questions from the group that was posted this morning too. So let's see if I can.
Ready.
Is that Hal? Tell Hal to behave while we're recording.
Just shut the door on him a little bit, so hopefully we won't. We did wait for this in the meantime.
This is
The puppies are geeking.
Yep. We are a dog-friendly podcast.
Okay, we're down, buddy, down. You got him like wedged in there.
She got him wedged in there. I did not do that. I like that people.
Hopefully Luke doesn't barge in here during my show. All right. I'm looking up at my monitor up here. I got two monitors. That's why it looks like I'm not looking at you guys. Can't get used to that because my monitor's so big up here. All right. Let's talk about Disney World. You guys ready?
Ready.
They're ready. Excellent. Got another podcast.
Cool.
I'll probably put this out kind of quick. I got one. I got Heather Brainerd I'm doing this week, and then I'll probably put this one right after. I'll kind of skip it ahead a couple.
I'm glad you could be with us, Tammy. People are surely tired of our voice. So
Yeah.
Oh, stop. You guys are so sweet.
So someone was saying on the Facebook group here, maybe it was Hal, that you guys are a lot of fun. Or who was it? It was either.
I think we are.
It might have been Rob. Rachel has been putting gummies in her mask. What?
He sent me a meme one day that was like, "Hey, look, you just put candy in your mask and you can eat it all day like nobody."
All sticky. Besides being sweaty.
Yeah, the mask does get gross. So yeah, I think you have a really great point there, Tammy. We have a bunch of cloth ones that are modeled for us, and we were bouncing around, so we had a washing machine, so we just like washed ours and then them again.
That's good. Yeah, I know. When I go to the grocery store, I'm sweating inside that thing. I'm so glad to take it off when I get out of the grocery store.
You guys, there was, when I bought this shirt at the Animal Kingdom, I went into the restroom to change. I just changed the shirt I was wearing into this, and I forgot to put my mask back on when I walked back into the park. totally forgot. Okay. Because you're not used to it, you know? So I just like walk out like on the bus, you know, and I'm just walking through the park and I got like stopped by 2 cast members at once. They like swarmed me. They're like, ma'am, where's your mask? Where's your mask? I felt so
Big panic.
horrible. Yes. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm not like one of those anti-mask people. I'll wear it. I'm so sorry. You know, and I grabbed it and put it on.
I could see me doing that.
Yeah. Like you just forget, you know?
I did it going into one of the stores.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't know. I was thinking of something else.
It's hard when you've been at home so much. Like, you just like forget.
No, I don't. Right. I don't go out too much. Or I walk around my neighborhood. I don't wear it walking around the neighborhood.
One morning
that I was working, we were at the Gaylord and they would not let you go more than 30 seconds without air mask on. I mean, they were everywhere. Just like you pull it down for water and they're like, well, you're done. Pull it back up.
So Becca, you were at a conference?
Yeah, it was a dance competition.
Oh, wow.
At their national competition.
So they still had were there a lot of competitors there?
It was about maybe 3/4 the size it would normally be.
Okay.
Still, I mean, people from all over Washington, Texas, Arizona, Canada, Connecticut.
Wow.
Crazy.
So you had kids there?
Yeah, so we had our whole team. Well, not our whole team. We had a few kids sit out, but we had about 35 kids and their families come. But they had to dance wearing masks. We all had to wear masks.
Wow.
Social distance. So like,
it's like the first time I've heard of something this.
I haven't heard of that
organized thing actually happening.
Yeah, I didn't believe it was going to happen until we were actually there and it was happening. But I'm glad for them that they got to do it and have that experience, and they did really good. So I'm really proud of them. So
yeah,
awesome.
How'd you guys do?
Well, we got 4 first place finishes.
Yeah,
4 first place finishes.
Yeah, one of our youngest kids came first in her solo, and then 3 of our group dances got first place, and one of them was the highest score of the whole event. So
that's amazing.
Wow. So I've drove by that Gaylord Palms is supposed to be really outstanding. Is that the first time you were there?
Yeah, normally it's at or last year at the Swan and Dolphin, which I like so much better because you can walk to Epcot when you go to the boardwalk. So it was kind of
yeah. You're talking to me. I love that place.
I'm stuck in that place, but it was nice. It reminded me of an Embassy Suites. Like you walk in and it's like a garden on the inside, but it's pretty, and the convention center is right there. So.
So what's the convention center like? Is it like a stadium kind of, or like a? No,
it's like a normal, like where you would go for a conference. Like ballrooms and showcase rooms.
Big room.
Rooms, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of dancing you guys do?
They do all kinds of things: jazz, lyrical, contemporary. I teach them ballet. So
ballet. All of your teams did ballet.
No, most of what competed was contemporary.
Okay.
Becca's there to like do their warm ups, and they're like,
I'm really support staff at this event. Like I just kind of help get them warmed up and ready to go. This is not. I do more of our shows, like producing our shows, but it takes our whole staff to keep them together. So.
Yeah. Where did everybody stay?
Most people stayed at the Gaylord. Some of our families are awesome, and they stayed DVC. So we had some people, where were they? Saratoga or maybe Key West, one of those places. We stayed in an awesome Airbnb. That's kind of our normal jam because there's 7 of us on staff. So
okay.
And Rachel just tagged along with an air mattress.
Good job. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on at short notice. And there you go. I didn't even sign off Facebook yet. I guess I can sign off Facebook too. Thanks everyone who came onto Facebook. Becca just produced Mary Poppins. Nice. You got your whole family here on Facebook. Hal and Jody.
Probably Mom.
Nice. Well, have a good night, guys.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks for coming on.
It was nice meeting you guys.
Oh, you never met the sisters before?
No.
There you go. They're famous.
I don't know. It's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a little stressful.
All right, guys. See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.